In a world teeming with supernatural claims, from aliens and ghosts to cryptids, religions, and other unexplained phenomena, enter Captive Desk that offers a skeptic's perspective. Join us for engaging discussions, opinions, scientific analysis, and a dash of humor as we delve into the unknown, unravel the mysterious, and confront the otherworldly as we seek to distinguish fact from fiction at the Captive Desk. Greetings. Welcome to the Captive Desk. Hello, everybody. We are joined here this evening by the Converted Man and the one and only Speed, also known as Mike of Answers in Atheism. Hello, gentlemen.
Hi.
Greetings. This is a very serious video.
Yes. If I duck out for 5 minutes, I might have to go talk to my needy sister. So, I'll just shut my camera off and go do it, and I'll be back. So, just a warning.
Not a problem. I just have a short little video. It's not really very long or anything, and I kind of had it set up. And then I was having a good day today. I got a shout out from Wild World today, and let me find that real quick.
Yeah, that was neat. That was a good shout out, actually. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a
happy to see that.
I got hooked up through him. Bree had a show with a bunch of folks on a panel. Yeah. And we had a good time talking about stuff over there. And Wild World was celebrating their 100K. Good for them. Well deserved. It's a great channel. Make sure you go check it out. There's a link in the description. And where's my thing here?
Nice hat there, the Converted Man.
Very stylish.
What?
I like your hat.
What hat?
What hat? I got a tinfoil hat that I broke out a long time ago. I should go get that. It's in the closet. I made my own.
They're lobster claws.
Oh.
I was first with the lobster. That was mine.
Yeah, Peterson was second.
Yeah, that's right.
Oops, sorry about that. Wrong button. Yeah, so this is Wild World. Like I say, great channel. They have a lot of great videos and stuff, and he pays for stuff, so he's good high quality stuff. He does all the things the right way and everything, and cool. So he was celebrating his 100K, and out here in the middle. And he mentions Bree, and back up just a little bit there. Mentions Bree and Nikki from Sasquatch Secrets, and we were all there and all met each other and everything. And he was reviewing a bunch of channels. He wanted to give a little credit to the smaller channels. And he did say there are a few larger channels in there, but he was going around and naming a bunch of smaller channels, a lot of different nature channels and everything. And he wanted to throw in the cryptid stuff too, which is really cool because he was, talking about that with us and everything. So,
and you might even see me in the chat from time to time. Hard to pick just a few videos as I'm still working my way through them. But since we both seem to like
Can you hear it?
spiders, I think I'll recommend Mega Spiders in North America. But she has been doing this for years, so just scroll down the list and choose one that looks interesting to you. From Hivesci, I was also introduced to the channels Grassman Chronicles / Captive Desk and Sasquatch Secrets. Grassman Chronicles does some similar style content to Bumblebee, and he also has a really great voice for narration. His Jersey Devil video around Halloween was pretty great, and Nikki from Sasquatch Secrets.
yeah, so that was,
Yay!
there was my shout out. How about that, huh?
That's
And,
pretty nice.
Once again, I got a compliment on my voice, and I always appreciate the compliments on my voice. So my ego's pretty high today. That I got a shout out from a bigger channel, and he even liked my video. He said, "Hey, I really liked your Jersey Devil videos and that." And so it was really cool. Bree sent me a message earlier and said, "Hey, we got a shout out, over at the channel and everything." So I was like, "Oh wow, cool," and Bree and I we got some subs out of it and everything, and appreciate the bump. Means a lot. And thank you very much, Wild World. If you're not subscribed, there's a link in the description for the video, and of course you can go right back to their page there, and go over there and subscribe. Great nature stuff over there. And thank you again so much, and thank you to Bree. Bree is awesome, great friend of the channel, great supporter. If I've got a question about cryptids, you know who I go to, right? I go to Bree. I message her, and she always answers me. We have a great thing going, and really appreciate Bree and all her support and information and ideas for shows and all the stuff too. Bree, you're awesome. Thank you very much. And also Nikki over at Sasquatch Secrets. Go check her out too. I don't think I have a link. I'll get a link in the description later. Sasquatch Secrets though, Nikki's great. You might be able to find him in the link on his or in the description on his video. I'm not sure how he did it, but so much appreciated. Had a good day. Great for my ego, and it means so much to me when anybody watches my videos, and somebody giving me a shout out meant even more. So, much love, appreciate it. And speaking of great supporters of the channel, I have two of the best supporters of my channel on the panel here tonight. Deconverted Man and Mike, and great friends to my channel, supporters. We've done videos together. Deconverted Man even sings to me. So, and we always have a good time.
That could be good or bad,
mixing in with a little, hopefully a little science stuff, a little education stuff, some logic when he doesn't have his lobster stuff on.
Yeah,
talking about.
Don't let appearances deceive you. Deconverted Man knows his stuff.
Serious.
And make sure, if you for some reason you're not subscribed to Deconverted Man, make sure you take care of that. And then same thing goes for Mike at Answers in Atheism. Make sure you subscribe there too. All right.
Yes, somebody ought to subscribe to my goddamn channel.
You've been doing good lately.
Not really, no.
You're getting there. You're getting there. Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah, 5 years. I think 4 or 5 years I've been doing it.
Yeah, I still remember that carbon is the slut of the elements, thanks to you.
Well, I'm technically a YouTuber now. I just need a few more subscribers to make it legit, but I did reach my 4K view hours. So that was really cool. I'm over 30,000 views now. I've got over 200 videos. So, plenty of stuff. You can go look at my stuff, and for 200 videos, it's like wild. I'm not nowhere near these two gentlemen on the panel here. They got me probably by 1,000 or something. But
No.
I have
videos, yeah.
It takes a lot, especially when you're creating content and stuff to make that many videos. It takes a little while.
Takes time. Yeah.
And I also have the Grassman stuff that I do also. So
for a while, I was doing the weather report every day, and then I just started. I just started to sink into despair. It's like I can't do it no more.
Yeah, that's the thing. If anybody's just online too much, take a break.
Yeah,
everybody needs a break.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if it's not fun, I won't do it. It's like, this is a hobby. It's not a job. I mean, I know some people make it a job, and that's fine. More power to them. It's not my thing. I'm like, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to being told what I believe once again.
We got to go. Like I was saying, this isn't a very long video. I want to say hi to everybody real quick. We got Old Joe here. Good to see you, Old Joe. And we got Chris here. Hello, Chris. Top Tester. Robin Webster. Hello, Robin. Always great to see you. And Jimmy Tux is in the house. And we've got Tori joining us as well. Hello, everybody. So we've got this little video here. This is from the, hold on one second here. Make sure I get it. I'm pretty sure it's called the Christian Canuck. But I want to get, I want to make sure I got it. I got it right here. I'll pull up his,
the atheist who panders to Christians is what Jordan Peterson is, I think.
And while I'm looking, while I'm looking for this too, Deconverted Man recently did a video. I see it in my list here while I'm looking up stuff. Do atheists think the universe came from nothing? Make sure you go check that out. Starring yours truly. Thank you very much. And Aaron Ross. I guess he's a YouTuber or something.
Nah, I've never heard of him.
Yes, never heard of him.
Yeah. Okay, that's really cool. Of course, we love Aaron Ra, awesome YouTuber. And some other folks joined in, answering Deconverted Man's question from all the creationists that he was sick of hearing. Do atheists think the universe came from nothing? So we all gave our answers, and it did really well. You got 1.4K views there, Deconverted Man. Well done.
I'd love to do a wide scale survey somehow. I don't know how to do that sort of thing, but if someone bigger like Aaron Roth, if he asked people to do it, he'd get a lot more responses. But I would love to do like a Pew Research thing. I don't know how much they would charge or whatever, but to do something of that scale and say, not just find out what atheists say in regards to the universe, but other questions as well. To get a good size sample, like, are we nihilists? Are we this? All the things that we're accused of by apologists quite often. I'd like to have a poll that says, okay, look, no, that's not true. Because intuitively, I think it, should be obvious it's not true. Like, no atheists I've interacted with, like maybe one was a nihilist over the years I've done this. It's a small sample size though, so I don't know how many atheists out there, are nihilists. It could be a big number for all I know. I don't think it is, but
what standard are you using for truth?
Yeah, well, I mean, but it's just to have
we can't have one.
But having a wide scale survey would be great. But it's a small small survey, if you will. It's like, well, I'm showing something, and that's at least better than the apologist that just says atheists believe this without showing any reference to any atheist that actually believes that. And so it's like, look, it's not a wide scale survey, but it's something, and you guys have nothing. So I think I've won this round, So, yeah, but small victories here and there. To whenever the apologists they like to claim stuff about atheists, in this case, atheists believe in miracles or whatever. It's like, oh, I do, really? I didn't know that. Please tell me more about.
Oh, you're gonna be told.
Yeah.
You're going to be told in a minute here by the super genius known as Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
I'll save my opinion for near the end because I have notes on it. So,
yeah, Jordan is so smart. When I listen to him,
he's so smart.
Because of my limited intellect, he sounds like nonsense.
Yeah, that seems to be the problem. We're just, as we were told by a YouTuber, we're just a bunch of dummies, I guess, and we just don't understand these words they're using. So
big words,
it's a mixed bag,
We have we've got some people in the chat and us gentlemen here, and we'll see if we agree or not. Okay, so let me pull it up here.
Jordan Peterson has come a long way. He went from being an atheist to be an individual who is very interested in the Bible. He's doing Bible studies with evangelical heavyweights like Oz Guinness. And here's a clip of him years ago saying he is no longer an atheist.
I'm not an atheist anymore because I don't look at the world that way anymore. I'm not a materialist anymore. I don't think the world's made out of matter. I think it's made out of what matters.
Okay, there's Jordan Peterson. He doesn't believe the world is made of matter.
Made out of what matter? Well, maybe is what matters made out of matter?
Yeah, there it is. Peterson doesn't think the world is made of matter. It's what matters. Such a clever play on words from the super genius, right? I mean, we need to bow down to this wisdom, right?
It's story and metaphor and but see, what is interesting is this is an old clip, so he might not hold that position anymore.
Well, who knows? It's hard. It's hard to tell. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Who knows?
Well, we're going to agree with the Christian Canuck here, and I believe it's Canuck, right? Kanuck.
Yeah,
that's how you say it. Is Canuck, right?
Yeah, Canuck. Yeah.
All right. So is that a Canadian? That's a Canadian thing, or
might be a Minnesota thing. We call them Canucks. I don't know. We tell them to stay the hell up there on their side of the border. Damn immigrants.
Okay. So, well, there you go. Yeah, right away. He doesn't think the world is made of matter. It's what matters. And it's a nice sentiment, what do you call it? Hallmark card or something, right? But, this is the guy I guess a lot of people think is just some kind of super genius. So we'll see. What do you guys think?
We'll see.
Good to go?
Yep.
But I am still shocked how slow he is to say that he believes in God. He believes in the resurrection. He believes in the virgin birth. Even though he's been around great evangelical thinkers like Oz Guinness that could certainly help him out with that.
Okay, have you ever heard of Oz Guinness?
No, I haven't. I'm going to look him up.
I didn't either. So I had to look him up.
I think he's hiding behind a curtain, and he appears to be more powerful than he really is.
It's spelled with an S, by the way. It's pronounced Oz or Os. He's from somewhere in Europe, and he immigrated here, which is another topic of discussion. It seems he wrote 30 books, and he has been cited by the fine, upstanding, how do we say this, abuser of women, no longer vertical, Ravi Zacharias. So now I found a couple clips because, I didn't know who this guy was. So I went and looked. And this is an interview by Focus on the Family.
Oh.
And right away, Deconverted Man knows. Your ears twitching there, Deconverted Man. Whenever you hear family and all that, it's like, oh no, right?
No.
The family.
Okay,
No.
so here's who is giving mentorship to Peterson according to the Christian Canuck.
No,
I don't
he
know
wants
this.
him. He wants him to give mentorship. Sounds like.
Yeah, apparently they have talked or something. I don't know. So here's a little sampling, and we'll give a little idea of who is mentoring Jordan Peterson, supposedly.
Oz, it's always good to have you in the studio, even if this is your living room. But I want to say thank you for taking time to be with us again on Focus on the Family. It's such a pleasure to have you with us.
Well, tremendous privilege for me.
All right, so there he is, and I've got a couple little clips here, stuff if you want to watch the whole thing, you can go look it up on Focus on the Family there. I wasn't going to put it in the description because as far as I'm concerned,
of the channel?
Yeah, these organizations are almost always listed as hate groups and stuff. So non-promotion here, non-promotion. Okay, but just type in Oz Guinness, and this is like one of the first things that comes up because that's how I found it.
Yep.
Let's get into the first. I opened the book and took a look and read, and the first chapter, the table of contents, it said, America will fail unless. And the question I want to ask you is, unless what?
Well, what I'm talking about in this book, unless there's a return and a renewal back to the first principles that made America what she is. In other words, St. Augustine said, how do you understand a nation? You look what it loves supremely. And there's no question, what America loves supremely is freedom. But not just any freedom. The ordered freedom that comes through Exodus and Deuteronomy from the Bible.
Okay,
No.
we're gonna get all the wonderful advice from Deuteronomy and Exodus in the Bible. Okay, now of course, if you don't know, there are things in Deuteronomy laws that says, if a man or woman living among you in one of the towns the Lord gives you is found doing evil in the eyes of the Lord your God, in violation of his covenant, and contrary to my command, has worshipped other gods, bowing down to them, or the sun, or the moon, or the stars in the sky, guess what? Those are all the non-believers. That's us. Right? Take the man or woman who has done this evil deed to your city gate and stone that person to their demise. Right? Okay.
Sound advice.
Yeah.
But no worries too. I mean, you think, well, surely there'll be some legal system, right?
No.
Well, if a case comes before the court and it's too difficult for the court to judge, whether it's bloodshed, lawsuit, assaults, etc., take them to the place your God, and they will choose. Go to the Levitical priests and to the judge who is in office at that time. They will give you the verdict, and you must follow it. because anyone who shows contempt for the judge or for the priest who stands ministering there to the Lord your God. In other words, if you object, guess what happens? You are put to your demise.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of other wonderful things in there also. Prohibition again. Okay, go ahead.
We would have to figure out who the Levites among us currently are and get them all together and breed them so that we can ensure that we have the bloodline that's able to judge at all. Because if you're not a Levite, if you're not a Levite, I don't know how you say the name. Levite, either way. Levite, whatever. The Levites, they're the only ones that can do this job according to Deuteronomy. And they have special laws that only apply to them. You're born into that system. You can't not do that. If you are born into it, that's your job, period. You don't have a choice. And only they can do that. So we would have to find those people through DNA, I guess. And then I guess we just put them all in one town or force them to breed. I don't know, clone them, whatever we got to do. I don't know. But we're going to, whether it's social engineering or we're going to need a lot of them. And then, then there are the judges, and we can't challenge them at all. So, because that's totally how America started out. I remember reading about American history and how the founding fathers were like, and then the Levites, they'll like go to Denver, and live there,
Now that's what they insist. That's what the founding fathers wanted over and over through this video. I only took a few clips, but they insist, America is founded on all these ideals and everything. And real quick, here's a few of the great ideals, right? Deuteronomy gives you the rules for your female captives taken in war, and that's not a captive desk. Okay, these are women that are taken, females that are taken captives, taken in war. You got rules for that. Another important thing you have to have, and I'm sure they'll start a government agency for this, is the rules for prophecy. That surely we need to worry about this, right? And of course, this may be applicable after the recent election. There's laws of the king in there.
Right.
And the rules for the priests, requirements for capital crimes, because almost everything is a capital crime. So,
punishable by death by stoning.
Of course, slavery rules. And here's one that you don't hear very often, that a lot of people seem to be against some of the recent things that were done to give people a hand up. You're supposed to remit debts every 7 years.
Yeah, Jubilee.
Yeah. How about that one? I would love to see the Christians line up for that one. I don't see it. And of course, don't forget to set aside 1/10 of your crops or earnings for the God. Dietary commandments.
No more shellfish. No more lobsters.
And the distinction between ritual and sacrificial killing. Very important. And of course, absolute loyalty to G-D. I guess that's supposed to be God, because
you can't say that word.
God. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the G-D is absolute loyalty demanded. And of course, without looking, we of course know what happens if you don't have absolute loyalty. In any priest's opinion, you get convicted, and no appeals process, no objection, you did, and goodbye to you. So,
if your children are unruly, you take.
This was just a sample.
You take them to the edge of town. Well, first you accuse him. I'm not sure what you do if you have a daughter, but you accuse him, I guess him, her, whatever, of being a drunkard, and then you take them to the edge of town and stone them to death. Pretty much that's the punishment almost for everything. There are a few that you drag the person in front of the person's door and stone them to death in front of their door. But I guess we're going to need to hire some Jewish people to do kosher food from now on.
I don't know where my city gates are to do these things.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have some city gates installed.
City gates.
Is that a ritual killing or sacrificial when you stone your kid to death? Is that a ritual or sacrificial?
That's a
good question. Don't ask questions. That's also probably against one of the 613
Well, I got a
Somebody
question.
asked ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Some really good family values is taking them captive women for yourself, right? Where do you take them? Do you bring them home to your family and bring them, to the living?
They're yours now.
So you like drag them into the living room and set them down and say, "Hey, family, we got a couple of captive women here."
Yeah, they're yours. You can do
Those
whatever
are really
you want
good family values.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Well,
no worries. He's got some more. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We mustn't just think about going back. You've got to go back. To go forward best, you go back first. That's, I think, the biblical principle.
Yeah.
But why go forward? We want to go forward to something more free, more just, more human, and so on. And the Bible gives us the grounds for this.
Okay, we need to go back to
go forward
2,000 years ago, or prior to 2,000 years ago, I guess.
Well, if you're stuck in a snowbank, sometimes
we got to get us a bunch of.
No more mixed fabrics. We got to get rid of those.
Yeah, we got to put up these rules everywhere. We got to get all these priests everywhere, and we have to put them all in the government, and we can basically get rid of.
I think we're going to have to get rid of soundproofing.
Judges and lawyers. Yeah.
We're not really thinking about this deeply because we got to get rid of soundproofing, because the thing is, how else can a woman scream in the city and people will hear? Because if she screams, we know that she's, somebody is doing things that she doesn't want.
This is getting complicated.
It's really, I mean, it's almost like
going back sounds hard.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like you're going backwards and not forward. And as far as being more free, no, you would be extraordinarily less free. And you wouldn't even be able to necessarily do proper medicine anymore. And there's so many, it's just the Bible doesn't provide any sort of coherent framework for our modern day issues at all. Not even like, what do we do with TVs? I get they're not in the Bible, or cars. Not there's
Jin wins the comment of the night award here with. Please remember that Daffy Duck called himself super genius.
Anyways, okay, so Oz is insane. All right, got it.
Yeah, we got a couple more here, and then we're going to get to the Jordan Peterson thing.
And the alternatives today on the left or in secularism, they have nothing. They're bankrupt.
Really? Bankrupt?
We have nothing. We're bankrupt. Of course, the left is anybody that he doesn't agree with.
Right.
But the left is bankrupt. So, here we go, right?
Everyone I don't like is bankrupt.
Yeah. And that's going to include us too, Watch.
The difference between a biblical view of freedom with its powerful base and all its guardrails and so on is night and day difference from secular views of freedom.
Absolutely.
That's true.
And I would like to point out that this gentleman immigrated to a secular country, and then he complains about it. One of my favorite creationists, I guess you could call it, is Ken Ham. Somebody else that immigrated from a secular country to another secular country to complain that, he'd really like a theocracy. You notice they're not flocking to countries that have theocratic rule for some reason. Isn't that interesting? It's almost as if secular societies are better at tolerating religious diversity. In other words, folks like us are going to be the first ones to say, you have the right to your religion, even if we don't agree. That's our Constitution, right? Y'all want to wave it around? Okay, well, there you go. Everybody has their right to whatever religion they want or none. Okay. We would be the first ones to defend these people. They would be the last ones to defend us.
Does he elaborate on this business of the left has a different kind of freedom than the Bible?
He's got a few more gems
what
here.
Was it now? Was it secular versus
secular freedom is a different
or secular
kind of freedom
is different than the Bible? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Whatever the secular is,
because he believes he believes the founding fathers set our government up on the Old Testament, and not as a secular society. So in both of them, because the other guy was nodding along with him, agree that this country was founded on the Bible by Old Testament laws, which I fail to see, but that's what they believe.
Atheists have no foundation for freedom.
We don't.
There you go.
Really? What? What?
Atheists have no foundation for freedom. First of all, this is an old thing of atheists do not believe there's a God, okay? Or God, supernatural, however you want to define it, okay? Has nothing to do with anything else. Nothing else. And we're people just like other people. And people decided to sit down and write the Constitution.
So you got to have a foundation for freedom. What?
Why? Do you what? Even if true, which it's not, but do you do you have to have a foundation to have that thing? No, you don't. So, or what do you?
Well, it's just a dig, okay?
Say stuff.
Yeah, it's a dig, right? I mean, that's why I picked these out, because you'll notice that who they're targeting, right? It's the left, it's the atheists, and guess what else is going to be coming up? Come on, get your bingo cards out.
Come on, evolution.
No. Well, kind of, sort of. Where do you learn about evolution?
Higher education.
Yeah.
Oz, you're such a well-read academic, intellectual. No, yes, you are.
Not an academic.
You went to Oxford.
Okay, now he's propping him up as an academic. He laughs. He says, I'm not an academic. Now, back to the Canuck here. He seems to think that he's all that he should be mentoring Jordan Peterson. This guy himself is chuckling, saying, hey, I'm just an author, right? That's what he's saying, guy. Right? Yeah. So
I'm the most humble person there is.
Yeah. So so what if no matter what he's saying, if Peterson's listening to it and it's crap, and Peterson repeats it, it's still crap, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's my notes on this.
He's supposedly somehow going to guide Peterson to be able to say that he believes in X, Y, and Z. But what he doesn't understand is Peterson will not do that for a number of reasons that I have talked about a few times when I've covered Peterson. I have a whole playlist doing that. But I don't think I think that Peterson will continue to skate the line, but he's starting to lean more and more towards
drifting the right.
Not right, but more towards being open Christianity than obfuscate Christianity. But I think that he's going to continue his unclear message regarding his beliefs position. Because
I'm not an atheist is a win for them right there.
Yeah, but he has said he doesn't want to be pinholed, so I don't think he'll ever make it absolutely clear what his belief is.
Never.
I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what his position on anything is, to be honest.
Well, I think it's very clear he does believe in God, but he doesn't want to just say that. And it does seem like he believes Jesus came back from the dead.
Well, hold that thought, because that's coming up.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Hold that thought. I wanted to mention, his comment about atheists have no foundation for freedom. That's nonsense. We embrace the secular society we live in, and we tolerate religious folks better than this guy would ever tolerate us in this society. Okay. So your idea of freedom and a non-believer's idea of freedom, as far as in this country, we're in the United States. Each country is different, obviously, but in this country, the idea that it's not secular, I think, is baloney. Okay, and that's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah. Why?
And wait, one more thing too. And so, according to the Old Testament, the punishment, and remember, this is the laws they want. The punishment for unbelievers is often described as physical destruction, including death, plagues, famine, and exile from the promised land, essentially signifying God's withdrawal of protection and blessing from those who reject his covenant and laws. The specific punishment often depends on the nature of the disbelief and the severity of the transgression. However, often, again, they're almost all death penalty, so it doesn't really matter how they do it.
A couple Halloweens back, or last Halloween, didn't you mess with the Ouija board?
Yeah.
So you're put to death, dude. You're screwed.
Yeah, I was told I was screwed for listening to rock music.
No, because that's witchcraft. So under the new laws, witchcraft would be killed for that.
I was supposed to grow hair.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, Mike didn't grow hair, and supposedly Ozzy Osbourne was enough to doom me. So
we never said it was going to be on your head.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah, it's growing out of your nose and your ears, and all those
it's growing out of the bottom of my feet.
Why is that a wild hair on my ear? I'm like, what the heck is the thing with the wild?
Yeah,
It retracts and it goes other places. Is what happens.
Yeah, you got to see my ass.
Yeah, no thanks.
So,
how much are you willing to pay me for that?
I got a couple more here. Then we'll.
I told you not to go to that website. I didn't ever share the link. I did not.
Don't open Deconverted Man's links. Be forewarned.
Yeah, right.
I said, don't go there. I didn't even say where it was.
All right, we got a couple more gems here. Then we'll get to the good part. This is the warm-up. Get everybody warmed up.
It collapses in the public schools. There's no civic education. Instead, you have Howard Zinn and the 1619 Project. And of course, it's totally collapsed with the open border. When you have immigrants coming in, they should be integrated. How on earth can you integrate people if you have a totally open border?
Okay, so here we go. Here's the nonsense about the public schools, right? And the 1619 Project is a New York Times Magazine initiative that re-examines American history by centering the legacy of slavery and the contributions of Black America. They don't want that taught in school. Are you getting the hint?
Weird.
Oh shit! Did you hear that? I'm not sure if you heard that.
I didn't hear anything. This is this is this kind of stuff I was concerned about when I saw the name of the and deconverted man too. When we saw the name of Focus on the Family, and it's oh no. And yeah, see, this is why they're often listed as hate groups, because as they smile and say Jesus, they're dropping all these little hints, right? And they kind of stand right out to me. And he's got a couple more real quick. Of course, the public schools are bad. Everything's bad. Everything and everyone is bad except for their particular faith.
I mean, we're seeing that played out in public schools, where you have officials saying, hey, these kids don't belong to you. They belong to us. That's scary.
No.
See, there we go. You know, the public schools are taking away your kids. Of course, all this time they're talking about how they want to train the kids. But that aside, it's not a comparison. It's nonsense. I went to public school. My kids went to public school. Well, my son was part of his time, he went to a charter school. But this nonsense. Did you guys go to public schools?
Yep. I did.
Were they taking you away from your family or whatever they're supposed to be doing or anything?
Nope. They tried to send me back to my family as soon as they could.
I want the heck out of here.
You see what I got here? I got a picture of the open border that he's talking about. This is one of the pictures from Texas. That's the open border. Yeah. And there's all,
That's why I put that clip in there, because that's, again, these are the dog whistles and the open border. It's wide open. People are just pouring in. And it's like, now obviously a lot of people get in, but there's a lot of stuff there. And
that's where McDonald's gets all its hamburger when they go through all that razor wire down in Texas.
Man, they were putting it in the water and stuff. It was awful.
Yeah, they got it running all the way across the water, and people were getting caught in it. Oh, shit! Open border.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, it's too convoluted to know exactly what even argument he's trying to make, but it's a lot of appeals to fear and emotion that I'm seeing, and nothing that's sustained by anything. So I guess the guy thinks that this guy, I don't know. Yeah, he's cuckoo nutsoid. Yeah, that's. I got nothing for him. No argument. So be skeptical about everything he says. He doesn't even have an argument.
Yeah, we drop wrenches so people can put links up and stuff. So yeah,
yep. Yeah, I should put a link to my channel so somebody subscribes.
Yeah, you can't. That's the thing. You can't put links up unless you have a wrench. So, you know, a lot of times somebody has something they want to post and you can't without a wrench. So people get wrenches. And of course, you know, if you're not good with your wrench, you can lose your wrench. So, you know,
everyone has a wrench on my channel except Otangelo. Everyone.
I want everybody to hear that. Say that again, Mike. Say that again for the audience. I want everybody to hear that.
Everyone has a wrench on my channel except Otangelo. So,
all right, here we go.
There you go. Yeah. He's trying to buy one, but I won't sell it to him.
True. Being honest, being a hard worker, being respectful, being responsible for the things that you do.
Can't do that.
Those are all basic. They're not rooted in religion necessarily, but they're virtues that we should be teaching.
Right.
And when you don't teach these things, what do we get?
Who the hell is not teaching those things?
Apparently, they've been teaching all these things that, you know, they're Christian youth, right? And for generation after generation who've been told, you know, to promote to the young people, you know, honesty, integrity, and all this long list of things he goes through. And guess who they voted for?
Yeah, exactly.
Here's your example to the kids, okay? You don't have to be any of those things, and you can be elected to the highest office. You can be a piece of garbage. You can treat people like garbage. You can treat your women like garbage. Women that aren't your women garbage. I meant your wives, I should have said. You can treat your wives poorly. You can treat other women poorly. You can treat men, women, and children alike poorly. You can be a criminal, convicted, all these things, and the Christians all of a sudden will say, Now, I'm not getting political. You want to vote for whoever you want to vote for. This is America, okay? This is America. You vote for whoever you want to. This is not politics.
Any idiot can vote.
This is Christians who are saying, look up, right? This is what we should teach our youth, right? Do these things, these great things from God. You see them, don't you, deconverted man? All those great words, right? But 613
of them. Yeah.
But we'll support somebody for one of the highest offices on the globe, right?
Yeah.
We're a world superpower. That's none of those things. Not a tiny little shred of any of those things. So you know what you can do with that? You can stick it somewhere and you can rotate around on it. Right?
I don't know what schools do or don't teach anymore.
I don't either.
I hope that they teach these things. I don't know. Depends where you go.
They teach you integrity because they won't let you cheat and whatever. But here's the thing. Yeah. Okay, they scream bloody murder when the schools teach them to basically take care of people that are a little bit different, or they're bitching about critical race theory, but then they got a whole set of things they want the school to teach you. I think morals and integrity and hardworking is kind of the parents' job, right? I mean, my parents, that's what they emphasized. And so they bitch when they teach certain things, but not their things, right? They want their little set of things taught. But God forbid that we should teach anything else to kids.
Teaching ethics would be interesting, but I don't know. I don't know. Well, you're going to talk about education. You're talking a major overhaul that I'd want anyways for it. So it doesn't really matter. But
I think they should. I have issues with the education, especially the shape it's in this country.
Kentucky.
But that doesn't mean you teach them Deuteronomy.
No. Well, maybe you do. Maybe you show them so they know how bad it is. I don't know, but that'd be like in a comparative religion study, which these guys wouldn't want, because that would show it would make religion boring, and the kids wouldn't want to, learn about it. Wouldn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, my son did have. I don't know if both of them did, but I know for sure my one son did have in social studies. They had. I don't know if it was for the whole year or not, but there was a class. They called it like the top 5 religions or some: Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism. I think there were, and they gave an overview of them, right? A few names and places and stuff. And I didn't have any issue with it, as long as that's as far as it goes, I don't have a problem.
Meatball says, who is they? Good question.
The they.
They always talk about they. Yeah, they're in control.
Oh, I could tell you, but then they would get.
Yeah, then they would, and then come get you too.
That's why I'm wearing these lobster claws.
That's why you're wearing those ears.
Protect me from them.
It's best you don't know, Meatball, because if you know, then you're in trouble. So
their signal's blocked by the power of the lobster claws.
The power of the lobster.
Yes. Can't get in my head.
Okay, what else is this?
We're going.
I love the notion of cultural climate change.
Listen.
Climate change is all the rage. Wherever it happens.
See, there we go again. Climate change is all the rage where it happens. Right? You see, this is the kind of stuff, okay? This is who's talking to Jordan Peterson, who, according to the Canuck, is mentoring him, and he's getting all this great wisdom from this man that wants Old Testament laws, and he's hitting on all the things right down the right-wing playlist of schools are bad, the climate thing is all blah, 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 right? Yeah. So that's why I picked these
vaccines? Up. Is he going to touch on vaccines?
Well, I don't know if he did or not, but
I'm sure he did.
But of course, this is one of those guys, and he plays that, smiley, nicey thing. Oh, I love everybody. I just want to stone you to death, right? It's about the.
And it comes down to families. And again, with the left deliberately destroying the family.
Are they really?
There it is again.
I know.
What does this have to do?
Yeah,
this is nonsense. And a lot of people on the so-called left or whatever go to church. Okay, Democrats, if that's what he's talking about. There's Christian Democrats. Okay, and they're destroying the family. Don't you see it? It's like, what are you talking about? Who's destroying families? Right? Yeah. If anybody's destroying families, it's the right that doesn't want to have same-sex families, for instance, right? They want to break up families. I'm not breaking up anybody's families. I've been happily married for a long time. I also have a friend that's been with somebody for as long as my wife and I have been together. They've never gotten married, okay? It's their own business, right?
What do they mean exactly when they say the left wants to break up families? I know a lot of people on the left, and they all have families, and I don't understand what he's talking about.
Yeah,
are they talking about the few families basically where there's maybe a gay couple? Like
that's the saying. If I'm left, rare. Okay, yeah, I've been married once. I have a couple boys. I have couple dogs, I'm your average American guy. And I don't think I'm that bad a guy or anything. And so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I
like families.
I have a conservative view on some things. I got down on one knee and I proposed to my wife, right? I didn't have to do it.
Cool.
I just wanted to do it. Right, because it was kind of a old school thing to do, right? And so I got down on one knee, right? So, but yeah, I'm not gonna tell other people that they have to get down on one knee, though. I think that's the difference between I and these people here. One of them wants to tell me I have to get on my knees. And one of us says, hey, if you want to, if you don't want to, that's cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah, broad sweeping generalization like the left, the right, whatever, is always going to, you're lacking nuance.
Well, he's hit about everything. I say hit atheists, he hit the left, he hit secular, he hit the schools. That's the nationalist hit list, right?
Yeah.
Is it nationalist or
we should
whatever you want to,
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
No, that's not national.
They all have their own little goofy lists or awful lists or whatever you want to call them. But one,
Christian,
six half dozen or another, right?
What's it called? Theocracy. That's what it is. Theocracy.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they want.
Be praying, and prayer is an incredibly important part of all this. And one of the most encouraging things is the recovery of prayer. And so I think our deepest thing, not to sit back, no, we've got to engage, but to be praying for revival.
Yeah, pray all you want.
So that was a little sample there that, if you noticed over and over and over, those were different clips of him saying, well, we need to pray. And what's your answer? Every time he asked him what we need to do, he said, well, we need to pray. And he said, of course, we need to do things, but we need to step back and pray. And it's like,
well, that's actually, like that's fine, because if they actually take that advice, then they won't be doing anything.
Right. If that's all they do is sit around and pray, that's good for me.
Great. Yeah, that's good for me. It doesn't affect anybody else. Go for it,
Pixie storms.
You're not going to get anything done. Nothing's going to change. But go ahead. Pray all you want.
But see, that's not the thing. They don't want to just pray, which I got no problem. You want to pray? Go pray all you want to. right? Especially in this country, you have the constitutional right to do so. Knock yourself out. Okay. I choose not to, but if you do so, go ahead. Once again, though, the difference is these gentlemen want to tell me that I have to, or we can go back to all the laws we talked about earlier, and it don't turn out very good for us. So now we get to the good part, what we've all been waiting for, the star of the show.
Yay!
Where is he? I'm excited.
Piers Morgan, though, is an interviewer who is not afraid to get to the bottom of things and ask raw and serious questions. And he asked Jordan Peterson, since he wrote his latest book, does he think his parents are in heaven? Does he believe in a heaven? Does he believe in a God? Let's give him a listen.
Yeah. Obviously, you've just written a whole book about the Bible, about God, about all of this. When I finished it, I couldn't work out whether you actually believe in God, whether you think there is.
I thought this was the funniest thing when I heard it. He's basically saying, Jordan Peterson, I read your whole book on God and heaven and hell and everything, and I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Why does Jordan Peterson always look like he's getting a colonoscopy? Does he ever smile? Have you ever seen him smile?
Absolutely.
Really?
Come on.
Oh my God, I haven't seen that. He looks like he's got hemorrhoids or something.
He's trying to be serious. Come on.
Trying to be serious.
Hey, it's good. Yeah, serious. Good to see you, Pixie. Thanks for stopping by.
Personally think there is, for example, a heaven. You've obviously had to give this, through the death of your parents, a lot of thought, I would imagine. What is the reality? I mean, do you believe there is do you believe in God? Do you think there is a heaven? Is that where you think they've gone to?
Okay, first of all, we all have to deal with the loss of our parents, unless, unfortunately, things turn the wrong way. But those of us that are fortunate enough to have things go the right way, we all lose our parents at some point, and we have to deal with it. And did I wonder if my parents were in heaven or hell? I like to think that if there is a heaven, my mother would be there, because she was a great person. She gave of herself. She went to the grave on a bounced check. Good salt of the earth people like that, right? However, I don't see any evidence of it. But if that day comes and I pass away and my mom's waiting there to give me a hug, I guess I'm getting a hug. That'll be great, right? We'll see. But he's not special, because he had to somehow ponder with his superior intellect heaven and hell, because he had to deal with the loss of his parents. And again, I'm sorry you lost your parents, but so did I. We have to deal with it. Okay.
Yeah, I always go to the cemetery to see my mom and dad, not heaven.
My wife just picked up a Christmas plant. We got to run over to the cemetery and visit
you should
Mom.
Bring it to heaven. You should bring it to heaven.
My mother was concerned about a couple things. First of all, that I would cremate her and go cheap, which I didn't do. Yeah. And that nobody would visit her. So religiously, so to speak, we visit, and my son even has her old little kit that she used to take to clean up her parents' stone and everything. So when we go, we whip the little thing out, we trim the grass, we brush everything off, and we take flowers and everything. And because I told my mother I would do it, and I wanted my mother to know that, not to worry about it, right? Because it was important to her. Is it important to me? No, it was important to my mother.
Okay, he's pondering.
Piers, I would say that I leave the things that are beyond my comprehension outside the realm of my comprehension, and I try to understand what I can understand. I certainly believe that we can produce hell on earth, and we have.
He wrote a whole book on it.
Yep.
And then he says, well, I don't know anything about it.
I don't know. Beyond my comprehension.
And right back
That's
to what
good.
Piers said, I read your book, and I don't know what the hell you're trying to say. And then he asks him, what the hell are you trying to say? And he says, well, I don't have any idea what I'm trying to say, but I wrote a whole book on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no,
it wasn't the bestsellers list too, and he made like a freaking $1 million on it too.
The book I think they're talking about is "We Who Wrestle with God." That's the latest book he's done.
Okay.
And so Piers is asking him, "Well, what do you believe in regards to heaven?" And Peterson's answer is what I thought it would be, is a non-answer. I don't. He's saying that he leaves that. That he didn't say that he doesn't know what to believe in so many words, but that's basically what he's saying, is he doesn't know what he believes.
Right, but any Christian would say, yes, I believe they're in heaven, right? So obviously,
So he's not saying, yes, of course I believe there's a heaven. He's not saying, no, I don't believe in that. He's not saying I don't know either. He's saying that in a different way, but he's basically saying I don't even know what I believe.
What he's really doing is he's avoiding answering the question. Because if he answered it honestly, he would lose his massive following. Right?
This is the way that he answers these sort of questions, is with not answering the question. I said that. I said that's what he's going to do. He's not going to give you a straight answer on what he believes. I
will thank you for the laugh, because the first time I watched this, I heartily laughed. Okay. Yeah. When I heard him say, I read your book and I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Pierce, I'm not a fan or anything, but thank you for that. That was a good laugh I had. I really appreciate it. So once again, Jordan Peterson. Yeah, okay. Piers, I would say I leave things beyond my comprehension to not write a book about God, but I did.
Well, he wrestles with God, but he whether or not he comprehends God is another question altogether.
And what does he comprehend hell as? Because he dodged it.
Well,
right?
you can create.
And he said hell on earth. Yeah. Now, what does he mean? From his fry head, flames. The guy with the big red pitchfork and all that?
No.
Or is it just because he's bitter and a little nutty?
No, I mean, I think I would take hell on earth to be, people harming each other and doing wars and violence and things like that. So, yeah.
That's when he's picking?
I would think so, yeah.
Well, nobody would disagree with that.
Yeah.
People do bad things. People also do good things.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the Elite One Miracle thing. That's what I'm...
Yeah.
Yeah, more.
Ready? Oh wait, Deconverted Man's ready. I think we're here.
I'm all set.
We're here. All right, here you go.
And then Jordan Peterson got into the idea of atheism and how they believe in at least one miracle. Let's give this clip a listen as he is engaging his conversation with Richard Dawkins with Piers Morgan.
It was really interesting. I've interviewed Richard Dawkins several times, and I always say to him, it's interesting. I said, because you cannot explain to me, Richard Dawkins, for example, what was there before nothing?
Oh, no. There's one for you, Deconverted Man.
There you go, Deconverted Man.
Nothing!
Nothing.
There was never a nothing.
This is beyond nothing, though. This
You
is
can't answer
what was
a
there
loaded
before
question.
nothing. Yeah, he wants to know what was there before nothing.
Congratulations, Piers Morgan. He can't answer a loaded question. Well done.
So what is less than nothing?
Piers,
How much is
if Piers asked Dawkins what was there before nothing, Piers has asked Dawkins a loaded question that nobody could answer.
Right.
Because, well, that assumes that there was a nothing. It assumes that Dawkins believes in a nothing. It assumes that we know what was, it assumes a lot of things that and you have to iron that question out. So, and not being able to answer a question doesn't mean anything. So, okay, whatever. And what's your argument? I guess.
But do you think Peterson thinks he's making a point?
Not yet. I don't know yet.
I got a cat trying to get my hand under the monitor.
What was there before nothing? Because the human brain can't comprehend what that even means. There has to be a superior power to a human being out there somewhere that can make sense of all that. And that's why, look, I believe in God. I was raised as a Catholic.
Who is this? Who is this Piers Morgan? Exactly.
Because we cannot comprehend his loaded question of what was there before there was nothing. To him, that proves God.
Yeah. I've heard Piers talk about his beliefs, and he gets it very close to being right. He was raised as a Catholic, and he grew up in that system, and that's why he believes what he believes, not because of any logical arguments or any evidence or any tests or anything like that, but because he was raised in that system, that's what he believes. And for whatever reason, he's never questioned those things. Not really. So yes, Piers, I know that you were raised in that, and I know that you believe that, but that doesn't make those things true, and that doesn't mean that we should believe as you believe. So his beliefs are based on I was raised with it. Okay, and what's your argument?
So I don't know what the weather's going to be next week. So there must be a God that knows what the weather.
Yeah, sure, of course.
That's basically what he said, right?
Yeah, basically, as all apologetics eventually crumble back to God of the gaps.
Yeah, and he doubled up on it.
Wow.
If y'all think something natural can create all that natural, then you are stupid. Okay, but that's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Catholic Herald said of your debate there was no meeting of minds. They were forced to agree their minds were differently constructed. There was no merging of reality. And it seems to me probably if you have me, you, and Dawkins in the same room, you've got the three components there. You've got one person, me, who's an absolute unequivocal believer. You've got you that I suspect is nudging that way, but it's not quite there in the way that I am. And you've got Dawkins, who's completely implacably opposed to any sense that there could possibly be anything other than what's staring him in front of his eyes. Would that be fair?
Sounds like the beginning of a joke. Atheist, agnostic, and a theist go into a bar.
Right. But what's his response going to be? That's the question.
Yeah, go.
Well, I'd say a couple of things about that. The first is that even the scientific accounts for materialist reality require one miracle to get going. For example, it's a truism among cosmologists that the laws of time and space, the laws of science, break down at the singularity.
Yeah.
Okay. And how is that a miracle?
Yeah.
That's a miracle.
Is that the miracle?
Sounds like
I
a
don't know.
miracle to me.
I mean,
I was really, geared up And what's the miracle? We'll give him another try at it.
And there's no difference between saying that and saying something that we can't explain from within the confines of our materialist understanding emerged at the origin to bring all things into being.
Yeah.
So?
You're right. Correct.
Yeah, so?
Proceed. Yes, we don't know. That is indeed
Right,
what
so?
we
Yeah.
skeptics, atheists tend to say.
Well, he's saying that if you don't know
universe,
something,
we don't know.
there's nothing wrong with equating that to something supernatural.
In your materialist worldview.
Well, he didn't say
you
that
can't
either. He
explain.
just
Well,
said,
he says he's not a materialist, so
he didn't say that here, though.
no.
He said something about in the materialist view they don't know. It's like, yeah, we don't know.
No, he didn't say materialist here, I don't think.
We'll try it one more time. We'll try it one more time.
He did too.
And there's no difference between saying that and saying something that we can't explain from within the confines of our materialist understanding emerged at the origin to bring all things into being.
Don't question
Okay,
me.
he did. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So as a materialist, that's what he said. So
the confines of our materialist worldview, we're so confined in our materialist worldview. We can't get out of our heads and accept the supernatural, so we're confined. So my. Okay.
But Peterson didn't say. Did he say that was a? Yeah, he did say that was a miracle.
Yeah, and we have to accept that as a miracle. Something we don't know has to be a miracle.
The thing that, so I don't the fundamental things, physics as we understand them, break down at Planck temperatures is a miracle according to Peterson.
Right.
Yep.
I accept.
Even though we wouldn't call that a miracle. I wouldn't call that a miracle.
As a materialist, you have to go back all the way to that point, and then you have to invoke a miracle.
I slipped in the garage the other day and I didn't break my hip. It's a fucking miracle.
I guess it would have to be what we would have to then ask.
You know what?
We'd have to ask Peterson what he means by miracle at that point, because I don't think that that's a miracle. I just think, well, yeah, that's what we know so far. Maybe we'll figure it out. I don't know. I don't understand that stuff. But that doesn't appear to be a miracle. To me, would be something that is non-materialist in origin. That's the way miracle is normally defined. So no. So I don't believe in at least one miracle.
Exactly, yeah.
And I don't think, and this doesn't even qualify as a miracle because it's under the materialistic framework, which excludes miracles. So no. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Dang it.
There you go. There you go, Jordan.
The lobster ears do nothing. They didn't protect me from the Illuminati at all.
Well, since I know Jordan Peterson is watching this right now, did you hear that, Jordan Peterson? No. Deconverted Man just said no. That's not correct. So try again. We're gonna give you another shot.
Hang on, you got somebody in chat here saying materialism is proven false, and
somebody's got a lot of comments there.
Yeah, what did we prove it false?
Easy spamming the chat there, friend.
Because material can't create itself. Well, I can't create myself, and I'm not false. I'm here. I don't know. I appreciate the interaction, but you got way too many comments to address. So. Oh man, Jill Sam. Okay, where else? Yeah. Well.
Anybody in chat want to answer him there? You can go ahead. We got plenty of folks to give you an answer.
Material cannot create itself. That's the proof of materialism being false. That it's pretty weak.
There's a miracle lurking in there.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
No,
you go ahead.
Don't play. No, I'm just dying to hear Peterson explain stuff.
Well, there's a little delay here, so I didn't know if I was cutting you off or not.
Yeah. No.
Somewhere.
Oh, he's gone. Where am I, Peterson?
That was just the end of it.
Oh, okay.
And of course, the biologists are also stuck with the problem of the origin of life, which they hand wave about constantly, but have been completely unable to account for.
Well, there you go.
Hand waving. Yeah.
So there's your two miracles, because we can't account for what happened before a specific point before the Big Bang, and because we haven't made, I guess, life in the lab is his point.
So at the realm of I don't know, because I've run out of data, because I've run out of information, in the realm of speculation lays the miracles. Here there be dragons. Yeah, sure.
We got a Reed Raid. Hello, Mark. Thank you for stopping by, and everybody.
Have we ever created a star in the lab? You know, like a full-blown star. So apparently stars are false, or
yeah,
can't happen.
That's basically the
have we ever created a hurricane? Have we ever created a hurricane in the lab?
Super genius Jordan Peterson's answer that we have to, and of course this isn't scientists, right?
No.
This is addressed to atheists, okay? Just people that do not believe in a God, or however you want to define your atheist. I ain't here to debate that, all right? Does not a scientist make, okay? I'm not a scientist. Deconvert a man, you got a science degree?
No.
You know, there you go. Mike, well, I know Mike's kind of got a science degree, but, most people are not scientists, they're atheists. It's not a interchangeable thing, and stop doing that. As Deconverted Man said earlier. Stop, don't do that. No.
Saying that the realm of the unknown, like, okay, here's two examples of things we don't know yet, whatever that is, abiogenesis, origin of the universe. Okay, maybe. I think we don't
research either one of them.
We know a great deal about those things. We don't know everything there is to know. One day, maybe we will. Let's just say that day was today. We had the formula worked out. Okay, well, then what are you going to do? You say, well, yeah, sure, they've got all that figured out, but they still haven't figured out the thing that figures that out, because you could always move the goalpost back. You can always say that thing is actually created by something else that you want it to be, or whatever. There's always going to be some gap in knowledge or whatever. To claim that a group of people, atheists in this case, believe something requires data and evidence to show that. Peterson doesn't have data or evidence. So, well, then does he at least have a valid or sound argument, a valid and sound argument? No, he does not. He doesn't present a valid argument, and therefore can't be a sound argument, but he doesn't even present an argument. He just says, these things, I'm going to call them miracles, even though the materialists would never call them miracles. So that's a nothing burger. So, okay, you got nothing.
And you
still no argument.
You talked earlier about not pigeonholing himself, right?
Yeah, well, he sure did there. Seems to me.
Yeah, there he. Dang it, moving too fast. There it goes. Hello, Al. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by, and Mark Reed stopping by, and everybody that I may have missed. I see they're responding to the questions going on there. So appreciate it. Go ahead, chat back and forth, and we're gonna finish doing this.
That was interesting. Is that all of it, Dave? Or
more?
Those were the two big things. Yeah, no, we've just got.
So how does this guy conclude then with his video, or is it more preaching? Or
well, here we go.
But Jordan seems to dodge a lot of very simple questions altogether. Just the very basic question, do you believe in a God? Well, I don't know how to answer that. I don't like that question, is what he often says.
Yep. On this, we will agree.
Yeah, I agree.
We will agree. Now, why you're holding him up as some kind of authority that, he's been talking to this, so and everything, doesn't seem to do any good that he was talking to Oz, because...
It seems to me that he thinks that Oz will steer him in the right direction of being able to admit
eventually, I guess,
or whatever.
Well, I got news for you. You better hurry up. Not wishing anything bad on anybody, but Mr. Oz is elderly. All right, so get that wisdom out of him while you can. Not saying anything. I'm just saying, he's very old.
The expansion of the universe had a beginning.
But I found fascinating that he came out and took this swipe at atheism, even saying that atheists believe in just one miracle. That is actually an amazing statement. Jordan is right. Atheists have to believe in at least one miracle for all life on earth to exist.
No.
Yeah, but did he notice that
he didn't,
that Jordan Peterson didn't say he believed in God? Didn't say that he wasn't an atheist?
Yeah, he complained about that, but he's saying that he's glad he took a swipe at his atheist. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what he got happy.
I agree with this one point where he said this thing that I agree with. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He doesn't. So this guy has no argument. I love it. It's great. This is a good video.
No,
good video. I love it.
Yeah, it was all that he got happy because Jordan Peterson, the super genius, said something about atheists.
So Armin Garner wants to come on, I think. Hop me on the Zoom call. It's not a Zoom call. It's StreamYard.
Yeah, it's not.
StreamYard.
We're gonna be wrapping things up anyways here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another time though.
I'll host you on my channel, Armin, but you have to email me and we'll have to set it up. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Here's my email.
I'd love to talk to you. Put my email in here too. I have to go because I want to call my sister because family matters, family values.
Yeah, not tonight though. I'm not going to do anything tonight.
Nope, I don't do shit at night.
But a debate? Oh no, you wouldn't do a debate with me. You will never agree to the rules that I would have in it. We can talk, but no, you don't want to try to debate me. You wouldn't agree with my rules. All right. Well, thanks, Dave. I'm irritated. Give me the link to this original video.
Hold on, I'll give it to you. Hold on, we're officially wrap it up here.
Okay.
So I just have a question. If you're an atheist and you already have to embrace one miracle that has brought everything about here that we see on Earth and the universe, then why would you be opposed to embracing the other miracles that are talked about in God's Word? You have no problem embracing the miracle of Genesis 1:1. You have to. But why not embrace all of God's Word?
Because we're bullshit. Period.
We're not embracing Genesis just because there was a Big Bang. Has nothing to do with each other.
And it isn't a goddamn Big Bang. It's an expansion. It's basically we've traced the expansion all the way back. It's an inference. We have no idea what happened back then.
And we're not saying it's a miracle. We don't agree with Jordan Peterson saying that.
I don't. Yeah, Genesis 1:1 in the beginning. So all stories open with that line, just about. So
Jordan is not so shy about his profession, about this belief in the first miracle. But I just wanted to talk very quickly about the greatest miracle given to humanity. Yes, God made the heavens and the earth, and that's an amazing miracle, and we can read about that in Genesis 1 and 2.
This is most of the video,
fearfully and wonderfully made, and we read about that in Psalm 139, verse 14. But the greatest miracle to humanity is God's gift of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus Christ really solves the Big Bang problem. The cosmology problem. Jesus Christ just tells me everything I need to know. Yeah.
That was I say it was about a 6-minute video, and about half of it he goes on to talk about how great Jesus and God is for about 3 minutes of it. But it seemed pretty pointless to me, right? Because he seemed to be putting these people up on some kind of pedestal, right?
What the
just because they say something about.
What are you talking about?
It's a lobster.
Something on my forehead.
Is your forehead magnetic?
Huh? What?
Is that like a refrigerator magnet?
What are you talking about? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the plate. It's the plate in his head. It's the plate in his head.
It's a plate in your head. That's where the universe came from. The plate in your head.
That's right. Well, we can't explain it, therefore it must be. Whatever.
He set him up on high, but then
the argument is
shot him down.
Atheists believe in one miracle, supposedly. Then why wouldn't we accept all these other miracles? Okay. If a steel man that, and I granted this non-argument, even tentatively, say, okay, sure, I believe in one miracle. Then you're asking me a separate question. Well, why wouldn't you accept these other ones? Well, because I don't have the same amount of evidence for those miracles as I do for the two miracles I supposedly accept. There you go. There's your answer.
I believe in Santa Claus because I believe in the Big Bang. So, I believe in all the miracles.
I like presents. And
well,
we got our house decorated. My son did decorating this year. So he did the tree with the blue stuff, and he put up the candy canes and the lights out front, and we're all Christmassy here.
I just got a tree yesterday, a live tree. But I remember when I was a little kid staring at the chimney, like the little chimney, for a long time, saying, what the hell is going on here with this Santa Claus story? Yeah.
Well,
you got a Santa Claus.
Our fireplace was walled off, so everything was there, but they had, just turned it into a straight shot and then closed the wall off. So I figured, well,
that's what happened.
There was the clean out door. Well, there was the clean out door, down in the basement. So it must have came down and got through the clean out door and just came up that way. I had it figured out. I don't know why you didn't figure it out, Mike.
I call bullshit on that Santa Claus story. I don't know. I don't think I believe in Santa Claus, even though I believe in the Big Bang. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if I believe in the Big Bang.
Asking this, like I said, asking this question, even if it was true that I believed in two miracles or one miracle or whatever, the reason that I believe in these things that you're calling a miracle that I don't call miracles is that I have ample amounts of evidence and data for them. But I have no evidence and data for the other miracles that you want me to believe in. So that answers the question that you're asking, even though the question you're asking is loaded and I didn't really want to answer it, but I answered it for the sake of answering it. So there you go. That's all I got. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm done.
I don't understand this miracle shit because to me, I think carbon, the atom, carbon and the orbitals on carbon, I think it's a miracle. I think everything's a miracle. There's miracles everywhere. It's like, what do they mean? One miracle. I believe in.
But it has to be. It has to be supernatural, though. You can't believe in a natural occurrence and call it miraculous. That's a no-no.
Yeah, Mike, that carbon connects in the way that it does. It's like there's no why to that. That's just how that works.
That's how quantum mechanics works out.
Yeah, that's just how it is. And so it's like. If it can't connect to whatever particle, whatever other element, then it just can't. That's just
right.
That's just how it works. And so the things that can connect do connect, and the things that can't connect don't connect. And that's just that they can connect at all. That's interesting, I suppose.
We are landed in the middle of a vast miracle of physicality and natural, the nature. And it is, I look at it as a miracle and I have faith in it and it's my religion and whatever and all the bullshit that they come up with, except I'm a strict naturalist, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to look for supernatural or, and what they mean by supernatural is that there's something like a man, only he's much bigger. He has superpowers. He's like Spider-Man but he's still like a man. And somehow he does all this stuff with magic wands or words or whatever. That is bullshit.
Yeah, has a mind without a brain. That really
the damn cosmos is a miracle. It's wonderful. But it's all.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't use the word miracle myself, but I understand.
I love it.
I
use the words I use
That
the
was-
word
yeah, what
spiritual.
was-
I use the word pray. Sometimes I even use the word God. And I'm the hardest atheist you'll ever meet.
Yeah,
But those
Yeah,
words
what was the point of this video? Yeah, what was the point of this video again? Is that atheists believe in at least one miracle, okay? And then he went to Jesus was raised from the dead, and it's like we've heard that story too, okay? Yeah. But we don't believe in that story either, okay? And as far as the video, I think it was a royal fail. You set up Pierce and Peterson and Oz as some kind of authorities, but Oz seems very far right and wanting a theocracy. And no, buddy, maybe you shouldn't have immigrated here. I'm not suggesting that you have to leave, but you don't have to stay.
Yeah, right? I mean, if you want to see what theocracy looks like, go check out the Middle
Go check
Middle
one
East,
out.
Right? Yeah.
I hear it's.
Hey, Dave, I have to go.
Yeah, I know. You gotta go.
Okay.
Yep. I'll see you. I'll talk to you later. All right, Mike.
Take care.
Thanks. And so we've got Jordan Peterson, of course, citing a bunch of nonsense. And then they have to mention Richard Dawkins because, of course, Richard Dawkins is the atheist thing where you got to say Richard Dawkins. We've noticed a lot of videos we've been covering lately. They mention Richard Dawkins because everybody knows who Richard Dawkins is. And, Richard Dawkins doesn't speak for me or anybody else. Okay.
Yeah. It's not the Pope of atheism.
And you totally lost me on the miracle thing and everything. It doesn't make any sense. If we backed up a few years and we say, we don't know what electricity is.
Yeah,
it must be a miracle.
Would be a miracle. Right.
Yeah. So,
I agree that it basically is relying on our ignorance and saying that here's this realm of the unknown, here there be dragons. That's what they used to write on maps, is when they didn't know what something was, is here there be dragons, right? And it's like, well, you don't know that there's dragons there, but you're saying...
Except in my garage.
Yeah, right. You don't know that there's dragons there, so how do you write that there's dragons there? Well, because they're afraid of that area because it's scary. No one's been there, so maybe there's dragons there. You don't know. Like, yeah, but you don't have the evidence of dragons, so... we need to have the dragons first before.
If you want to hear about the dragon in my garage, make sure you hit the like and drop a comment and subscribe to my channel. I just went over 400 subscribers. That's awesome. Thanks everybody. I really appreciate it. And again, I want to thank Wild World again. I'm gonna show this again because
and I really enjoy
everybody that wasn't here earlier. I'm just going to show it again. Bree messaged me today, and Bree and Nikki and we got shout outs on Wild World, and there's a link in the description. Go over to Wild World, subscribe. Great nature channel that they just awesome stuff. It's like Nat Geo, whatever you want to call it. It's high quality, great stuff, right? And we all got a shout out today when he mentioned some of the cryptid channels. So that was really cool. Bree messaged me and I was like, hey, wow, thanks. And of course, I got the hookup through Bree and Nikki at Sasquatch Secrets and everything. So, thanks to them. Thanks to Nikki and Bree again. Means a lot to me. And Wild World, again, thank you very much.
Hard to pick just a few videos,
yeah, this was today.
I'm still working my way through them. But since we both seem to like spiders, I think I'll recommend Mega Spiders in North America. But she has been doing this for years, so just scroll down the list and choose one that looks interesting to you. From HiveSci, I was also introduced to the channels Grassman Chronicles /Captive Desk and Sasquatch Secrets. Grassman Chronicles does some similar style content to Bumblebee, and he also has a really great voice for narration. His Jersey Devil video around Halloween was pretty great, and Nikki from Sasquatch Secrets is of course mostly focused on Bigfoot, and I really enjoyed the interview that she did with Dr. John Baranchuk.
Yeah, so that was really great. Again, thank you very much, Wild World. Everybody go subscribe to Wild World. Tell them we sent you. Bree and Nikki and I, we all did a thing together one time with some other folks, and that's how we got connected with Wild World and everything. And Wild World was celebrating 100,000 subscribers. So way to go. Congratulations. Well deserved. Again, it's a great channel, especially you love the nature stuff. Again, go check it out. And in the celebration, I wanted to go through and point out some of the smaller channels out there that do similar content. And then he got to the cryptid content, and we got a mention. So that was really neat. Got a shout out on a big channel from an awesome channel. And again, thank you for the compliments on my voice. I always appreciate the compliments on my voice. I'm glad my voice comes across well on the microphone, and it's not offensive to anybody's ears or anything, right? So once again, thank you. And yeah, I was in, just all smiles today. I was like, hey, wow, it was just really neat. Somebody said he liked my video, and it's like, hey, that's awesome, right? And just to wrap things up with the Jordan Peterson thing, I asked AI, has Jordan Peterson really ever done anything to, add to academia or anything? And it basically said, while he's a well-known figure, his contributions to academia are debated, with some arguing that his most significant impact has been through popularizing existing psychological concepts and theories rather than introducing groundbreaking new research. He does a lot of lectures, online platforms, academic publications, but he doesn't seem to have really done a lot to the field. That's according to AI. So it seems he talks a lot, and he talks everywhere, and will talk about anybody. But we haven't figured out what he's talking about, and academia doesn't seem to know what he's talking about either. And with that, Deconverted Man.
There was no evidence, there was no test, and there wasn't really even an argument. And what argument we did get was basically an assertion that we believe in something that we don't, and even if we did believe in those things, it seems that our belief for those things is warranted, and the reason why we don't believe in additional things is because belief in those things is not warranted. So not only did we not have an argument, we didn't have an argument that even if you granted it, would lead to the conclusion that he wants to conclude. And for those reasons, we must be skeptical of his conclusions. There you go.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, yes, you could. Or I'll summarize. Lobsters exist. There you go.
I hope you enjoyed being told what you believe once again.
I do. I love it. It's great. It's fun. It's fun. I love it. Goodbye, everybody. I'm unplugging my webcam. Don't know what will happen. Oh, nothing happened. I thought it was
please, and like I said, Deconverted Man Answers in Atheism. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks, Mike, for joining us. Mike just had to duck out a minute ago, but I always appreciate Mike's friendship and support, as well as Deconverted Man. Again, we all go way back, and hey, we all love each other, and love you too, Deconverted Man.
All right. Okay, for that, you get a song. All right, here we go.
All right.
No, I'm serious. It's going to be the best song ever.
Okay, I trust you.
It's going to explain everything. I just have to think of a way to start. Oh, no. I've screwed myself. I can't do it. Too much pressure.
I got my song. I got my song.
Yeah, you got your own song. Yeah.
Go
ahead and play it. All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks,
Goodbye,
everybody.
everybody.
And if I don't see you before then, stop by on Saturday night for Saturday Night at the Atheists. All right. I'll see you then.
And until then, be skeptical.
Be skeptical.
Without a sound, history speaks in tales of lore, knocking at the captive desk's door. Oh, legends live within these walls, silent echoes in the halls, books and stories on the floor, knocking at the captive desk's door. Captive desk, hold our dreams, where reality no myth seems. In conversations quiet flow, the mysteries untold will know. Legends live within these walls, silent echoes in the halls, books and stories on the floor, knocking at the captive text. Nerves are wide, hearts are keen, pages turn to secret scene, ancient maps and